Alright, so here we go, fam. Let me get you caught up where we're at. This is Friday evening, August the 8th, I believe it is. And we are officially fixing to get ready to paint the bed and the tailgate. The middle of this week, I ended up painting the underside of the tailgate. And so now I am fixing to paint the actual tailgate, top side, whole bed. And the only thing left on the cab of the truck, I've got one spot that I have a pinhole in some filler that I used that did not get filled, so I'm gonna have to put some glazing putty in it, sand it, spot prime it, sand it again, and then it will be ready to be sprayed again. I got to go over it, tape all my lines up, tape everything up, and then we are good to go. So let me walk you around the bed of this truck and show you what we got going on. We've got her all taped up with blue plastic, tape around. Remember back, I don't know, a while back, I actually already painted the inside of these door lids here, or the filler neck areas. And so, like I said, all of this is taped up, ready to go. Inside of the jambs, where the tailgate's going, this side's all taped up. So like I said, I'm getting ready to shoot a coat of sealer on this thing all the way over. We got to wait 30 minutes, and then we can start laying some base down, wait about another 30 minutes, and then we can start shooting the clear. So let's hope it goes well. Like I said, I did do the gas lids earlier in the week. They turned out pretty decent. So hopefully all this will turn out decent. Let's see how it goes. We'll put you up in the corner, let you look and watch as we do this, and hopefully you'll be able to see everything. So here we go. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and shoot some color on this thing. Alright, trying to get you guys around so you can see everything's pretty well covered. Alright, getting ready for the first coat of clear on this thing. As you can see, the base laid down nice and slick all the way around it. That's 2 coats of base. Now I'm going to spray 3 coats of clear on it. Yeah, probably 3 coats of clear. So there's, give or take, about a 15 to 20 minute flash time in between coats of clear. So it's currently 8:45 in the evening, and I'm going to spray all these on here. It should take me roughly 15 to 20 minutes for each coat, and then 15 to 20 for flashing before the next coat. So what's that, another hour and 45, so another 2 hours. So if it's 9 o'clock now, that'll be 11 o'clock whenever I get out of here, hopefully. So we're going to see what happens. All right, third and final coat. I got some nice runs to show you. You'll get a good chuckle out of that. I'm done. So as you can see, it laid down pretty slick. Got everything untaped. You got a couple runs around this wheel arch. Got a nice big run right down there. Yeah, you can see that. Got the whole back of it sprayed. This side laid down fairly nice. Got a nice big run right in here. Nice big run here. Nice big run here. What are you going to do? I've tried spraying different temperatures, different reducers, different guns, different pressures, and basically what it comes down to is I lay it on too heavy. So I get runs. Runs are no big deal. We'll sand them out. We'll probably shoot another coat or two of clear on it. That'll be sometime in a week or so. And then, yeah, we'll keep plugging away. I'm fixing to head out. It's 10 o'clock at night, Friday night, and I'm ready to go home, chill out. All right, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. It's a new day, new week. Let me get you caught up on where we're at. Bed has officially been painted. There's some runs that I need to take care of. Tailgate's been put back on. Again, still some tailgate was in pretty good condition, no runs in it, but I still have to tape off, put my bed liner on the outside and on the inside of it, right? This panel that goes through here. Got runs on the bed itself in a couple different places. Going to sand it down, try and get it back slick. Probably shoot another coat of clear over it. Did the door jambs, did the top of the roof on the truck itself out in the other shop. That's where we run into problems at. Let me introduce you to what we have going on. So, sprayed the door jambs. This is the passenger side door off of the truck. Sprayed the door jambs and the roof at the same time. And the door jambs wrinkled on me a little bit, as you can see down here in the bottom. Wasn't a big deal. What I was going to do, I figured I sprayed the base a little too heavy, and it ended up getting into some old base on this thing. No problem. Had that happen before. Going to sand it. Going to fix it. As I started sanding it, which you can see here, started sanding it, it started to peel even worse. So whenever it started to peel, me being me, I ended up scratching it, trying to take it down. And whenever I did, it just keeps snowballing more and more and more. And so I mean, this stuff is peeling off in sheets, not from anything that I've done that I can tell. It's actually down to the e-coat and bare metal. So that tells me that it's whatever was underneath this paint originally. Whenever I sprayed my new paint on top of it, it potentially softened the old paint. I don't know. I've talked to Dad, had him in here looking at it, had him out there looking at the other truck, and we're both kind of perplexed and puzzled. And so the best case scenario that I've got right now is to strip this door all the way back down to bare metal, then epoxy it, sand the epoxy down, do any filling that I need to do, which there's none on the doors that I'm going to be doing, and then try and respray everything again. Why is that such a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because it's going to take more time, more material, more everything, right? And as of course all of y'all know, this thing is ready to be painted and ready to get out of here. It's ready to leave my shop. So let me show you what the actual cab looks like. And as you can see, it peeled pretty bad on the cab, and it still is peeling more and more. The more I grab it, the more I pick at it, the more it peels. So what I'm going to end up doing is stripping the entire door jamb down and doing the same thing on it. Hopefully, if all goes well, it will not affect my beautifully body worked outside. Man, I got my fingers crossed on this one. It'd be nice if I could come in here and where this body seam right here actually stops, if I could just strip everything from here in, then I won't have to worry about coming out on to the outside. But as you know, things change, things move, things shift. So we're going to do the best that we can and keep plugging along at this. I've already informed the customer, and we're where we're at, right? We're just trying to make the best out of a bad situation. So I'm going to set you up because I'm going to start grinding on this door frame and try and get it back down to bare metal so that I can go ahead and get it epoxied this week, and that way it can be setting and get everything good to go. So let's do it. All right, so here it is, a couple hours later. Door completely stripped, sanded with 180. all the way around. I'm gonna clean it with prep saw. Listen, I'm not worried about this. All this in here is covered with a piece of plastic. I'm not gonna go back that far. Just taped up a lot of the cables so that we can get epoxy or paint on it. But like I said, completely stripped it down to the metal, everything all the way around. And so now I can go back with epoxy, and I can let the epoxy dry, sand it, go back with possibly some primer or some sealer on top of that, and then go ahead and paint it. Because like I said, this is aggravating, but the door is done. This is the passenger door. Still got to do the door jamb out there in the truck, but I'll get that another night. Like I said, this is all I can get done for tonight. And like I said, tomorrow I'll come in, epoxy it, and go ahead and start working on a door jamb. Tuesday night down, new week, whole lot of headaches, but we're going to get it fixed. And so I'll come back Wednesday if nothing happens. If not, it'll be Thursday. Today's the 12th of August. So yeah, like I said, I don't think we're going to make the end of August like we originally planned on, but the customer is very much aware of that. And like I said, these are things that I could not help because it didn't have anything to do with me. It's the previous paint job that was put on this truck with the new paints that I put on it. It bubbled. Stuff happens. Things like this do happen occasionally. You try and make sure that they don't, which is why Pops always recommends that I take everything down to the metal. And I was just trying to expedite the process on the truck a little bit and not worry about the door jambs because they look pretty decent the way they were. But what I get for not doing what I know I was supposed to do. So here we are again, doing what we need to do. We'll get it done. Okay, let me show you what this looks like out here. So as you can see, the whole bottom of this rocker panel actually started peeling, and I'm trying to save as much of it as I can. So I've stripped just this part where you step up on because that's going to get the most wear and tear. Again, I've already pulled the door off, so I'll end up standing in here and getting all this painted. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scuff all this back down to bare metal, this seal plate right here, and the lower rocker right through here. And then I'll come back and epoxy it, and then I will do the same thing that I'm doing to the doors inside the other shop. Probably going to pull off the other door on the driver's side, do something similar to it because there's some stickers and logos and VIN plate that I can't get off of the door jamb, so I can't actually strip it all the way down and go back with it. So I'm hoping that it will be okay. I got some runs in it. I'll probably sand the runs out and then probably go around and try and trim everything back out again once I get this area fixed on both sides and the doors on both sides. So let's see if we can get this hand sanded. I'm going to put you on some time lapse so that way you're not sitting around getting bored on me. Okay, so this door jamb is prepped all the way across, 220, sanded. I'm gonna try and leave all the rest of it if I can. I'm gonna take and roll some tape back here around these edges and see if I can just epoxy just this area, because like I said, this is a high traffic area right here where you get in and out of the vehicle at, and so we'll see if that will take care of the peeling issue. And then once I get the epoxy on here, I will sand all of the epoxy back down after it dries a day or two. And then I will come back in and I will sand all of the rest of this door jamb all the way around before I get ready to paint this side of the vehicle. And after talking with Dad, I think I'm gonna paint this one side of the vehicle first, of the truck, and then I will go ahead and probably paint that door in there at the same time, door jamb. And then what I'll end up doing is going over to the other side, pulling that door off of the driver's side, and I will sand that lower area down, seal plate down just like I did here, try and get all of the excess paint off of it, and I will epoxy it, epoxy the other door, and try and sand it and paint that side at the same time that I paint that door. We'll see how it goes, see what happens. That's the best solution that I've got right now. Like I said, the customer is aware of this. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I've got. Unfortunately for me, like I said, it is the paint underneath of mine that is turning loose. Mine just happens to react to that paint below and cause it to lift and make the other paint soft. But I think the remainder of this that's on the truck should be okay. And what I'll do is I'll end up going back over most of it and trying to epoxy the door jamb itself and epoxy the rest of the cab before I paint it. The roof should be fine. I just need to re-clear the roof because, like I said, there was a lot of trash and overspray in it. But this has this seal plate prepped and ready. I just have to blow it off, tape everything up, wipe it down with wax and grease remover, and I'm ready to spray it with epoxy tonight. Same with the door inside. So I'm gonna try and get you guys set up to where you can see me spray that. And then I'm fixing to head to the house because it's Wednesday and I'm not even supposed to be here tonight. But like I said, emergencies call for emergency things, right? So that's where we're at, that's what we're doing. And I'll get you guys set up so you can see it. All right, here we go. Okay, let's go inside and do the door. All right, here's the door.
All right, that's 2 coats. 2 coats of epoxy on the door, 2 coats of epoxy on the door seal or threshold. And so now I'll just wait for it to dry, clean my gun up, and go ahead and head to the house, because that's all I'm gonna do tonight.